Alright, what is up guys? mcool40 here. I wanted to touch on a subject that I know I did the video similar to this a while ago, but why has Konami never, did anything like this, the Power Awards? Yes, I'm about to mail this out, so I figured I'd make this video. That's why there's awkward tape and everything. But why is it so hard for game companies like Konami that make a significant amount of money off of their products to not produce redemption products like this? Now, let's talk about what I know about Konami's budgeting, amongst other things here. So first off, regionals and whatnot, Konami reimburses the companies that rent out venues. So for the sake of this video, we're going to say that every regional costs $3,000 to do. YCSs, things like that, are paid for by Konami as part of an advertising expense. That's pretty much common knowledge. Well, kind of. So, I mean, they're kind of chalking this up into their advertising budget. Now, why can't you pull a Force of Will or even a Dragon Ball Z with the redemption system? It's, hell, even fucking if Pokemon let you redeem those codes. An additional cost to produce these things in large amounts of money isn't a lot of money. Now, they cut Ghost Rares from packs because I believe it was too cost effective to produce them. And looking at the price of fucking cardboard, looking at the price of just a regular old card here, it shouldn't cost Konami more than 20 cents to produce these. And the only thing that would make sense was producing Ghost Rares was more than 50 cents essentially. To me, it doesn't cost effectively make sense to do a little bit more. I mean, with YCSs and things like that, I think America gets 8 to 10 a year. Running an event at Origins every year now, if that continues, is going to be expensive because it's a much higher budget. I guess producing playmats at $3 to $5 in bulk is expensive for mats as well, plus the amount of packs that they give out on entry, and then the top 8 mats that they also have to produce, obviously, plus compensating for judge travel and the quote-unquote product that the judges get as well, if you're giving them packs or other things, and plus they get their limit to eat each day, which I think is $30. Like I said, don't quote me on this, but if you're going through the budget-esque side of things, these are all of the things that kind of are pricey. I mean, if you look at Force of Will as a company, they definitely don't have as strong of an organized play as we do. Especially if you're hosting... Man, I really wish I had the regional list pull up. Say you're running 50 regionals. I should be able to do this math without a calculator, but I'm pretty stupid. $3,000 times 50 is $150,000 that they're spending if each regional costs $3,000, hypothetically. But that's $150,000 of an advertising expense. Now, if Worlds is in the U.S., amongst other things, we'll say that they get $400,000 advertising expense. Not to talk about how much profit that they might be making. I think 400 is very high, but running these banners, Facebook is no cost except you're paying the said employee the time on his regular salary to post on it. So that shouldn't even be much of a cost effective, or shouldn't even be that expensive. But you also have to consider your budget and Europe's budget are separate. Oh man, there's a lot of little things to factor here. But why is it worth it to cut potentially an event to produce stuff to, I don't know, mail out? Once again, I'm gonna grab this here. Your cost-effective basis to make 12 fucking cards at plus the book. We'll say the book in bulk, say if you're, I don't know, 50 cents. Plus shipping is like, they always seem to do FedEx. So I mean, like, every one of these costs you like $4 to make. Alright, say, I don't know, I think 1,000 is high to produce of these. I mean, say 5,000. So produce 5,000 of these at a cost of $4 a piece. So making 5,000. That's 20 grand that you could be advertising. I mean, that's what, 4 or 5 less regionals in order to get a product that is a little bit more. And also keep in mind, the more product that people buy, the more events that we have, because I believe that's how they attribute that. But I think we've had, I'm not going to say we've had less events, but the less product that people seem to buy from Konami typically allocates to possibly either more or less events. I mean, that's no hidden secret. I mean, if product is doing extremely well, then we will get more events in the season. But what amount of product do we have to buy to allow things like this to be made? I really wish I knew these numbers. But a couple years ago in Singapore, you could bring in 100, or it wasn't 100 Yu-Gi-Oh wrappers. I think you could bring in like 10 or 12 wrappers, get like a pack of sleeves or some shit like that. And I know, like, obviously Singapore, Japan are much smaller than the American market. The American market is much bigger. But what is stopping them from having a YCS exclusive thing? I mean, they had the inner coupons that would get people to go to YCSs. We've seen those. I don't think they were very successful in terms of allocating back entry money. I think a lot of people abused those for when they were around. But what's stopping them from saying, hey, outside of, coming to this YCS, for this year, why don't you guys bring in some wrappers or something and redeem them for this product? I know that Konami already does an excellent job with the tokens if there's a special playmat for an event, and the pack's already on entry to some of these. But, the YCSs that don't have super high attendance, YCSs are your communicating point to your player base outside of regionals, and regionals being ran by, I'm not going to say not by Konami themselves, but like, TOs and things like that. Obviously you have TOs running YCSs, but they're a little bit less of an influence on regionals. But if you want to get regional attendance to go up, I'm not saying to offer more, but going down other venues with exclusivity, it's already bad enough that some regions only get 2 regionals a year. I think Indy's only getting, 2 this year? But if you want to pull more people into a dead zone regional, make their trip more incentive wise. I mean, this is something that Konami, to my knowledge, has never explored in America. Hell, Europe has the fucking ordeal of the Traveler map, which is fucking fire. I wish America would do that. But I believe we probably won't see that because it is a European-only concept. Or Europe was like, haha, we did it first. But I mean, when you have to get more people to travel from, country to country, essentially, it's definitely, I guess, it gets your numbers up. But is attendance really so good right now that they couldn't do a little bit more to pull in more people? I know Konami doesn't make profit on events, contrary to fucking popular belief that, other YouTubers seem to think that Konami rolls in all of this fucking money from these events. No, they usually sink out of their fucking pockets. If you look at the list of costs that we mentioned earlier to produce an event, paying for all of your staff, paying for security's not really a lot, but, it's something. If you're looking at all of that and looking at the prizes that they're forking out, based like cost ratio and crap like that, I mean, maybe some events they'll break even, some they don't. But you have to remember, if there is profit somewhere, it's going to pay for another event that's going to be a negative, at least in my opinion. But I might not know everything I'm talking about. It all seems to kind of make sense in the grand scheme of things. In the long run, if you think Konami is making money off of these events, they probably aren't. And if there is some sort of plus being made, then it's going into another event. So keep that in mind. But usually if you guys want more events, things like this, I mean, something like this is never going to fucking happen. Like, we all know this. Like, this would be cool. I mean, I've always had my hopes. Konami, Yu-Gi-Oh's been around for, what, 12 years in the States? Going on 13, I think. Give or take, what, 2004, 2016, going into 2017 here. But some of the great things that other games have done, I mean, they've never tested these ideas. I'm pretty sure I know the results. I personally think they would help. I mean, going to a regional, what? Oh, man, time to do math. 25 miles to the gallon is like, what, 2.39 for gas at the moment. 25 times a 12-gallon tank. Man, I'm stupid here. 14 gallons in my car, 25 miles, so 350. I'm probably doing this wrong. I mean, typically you can get a whole car down and back to 140 miles away if you have a good car for like 20 bucks. Split that amongst like 4 people. It's like $5 plus entry is, give or take, 20 bucks. I mean, if you really need something to make that $5 back to make it more effective to go to more events, then, I mean, you have it. You have ideas. Imagine if fucking regionals had playmats for fucking attendance. Like, it'd be super bad. It'd be super bad in terms of value, but people would fucking eat that shit up. And I think it'd be interesting in terms of the things that they could do. But obviously, there's still venues that we can go down. I mean, you have the Kasi rewards tokens and things like that, but it involves your locals actually being sanctioned. It involves your locals actually getting lucky to get sanctioned. Just a lot of red tape there. So, rambled long enough on this video. Guys, do you think having some sort of redemption product for old packs at specific events, things like that, something that cost effective on top of what Konami's already spending in their budget for advertising? I definitely assume that this would go in some sort of advertising budget, considering everything. But what do you guys think? Obviously, when the communities say that they want to boycott product, the only thing you're doing is just you're getting less events. But I'll talk about that eventually. Need to actually dig up where that was mentioned. It was mentioned actually some time ago by a lot of by someone. I believe it was on Pojo. The allocation of selling product to more events, and if sets sell out, the higher probability of more events and things like that. It definitely makes sense in the long run, but when you guys are bitching about terrible Yu-Gi-Oh sets, much like I do, the only thing we're doing is hurting the potential for more events. So it's like left arm offering. You're just like, like, I don't want to spend $4 on a pack, but I need to. I'm also gonna make another video on supporting your local card shop and how, without spending that $4 on a pack and or buying soda or something while you're there, is really bad for the shop. But yeah, guys, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about everything that we've talked about in this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I'm out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up this video to show your support, and please check out Vanguard40 for Cardfight Vanguard, mkohl Games for miscellaneous trading card games, and No Limit Gaming for a brand new series of Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Thanks for watching.